Hey, my scrappy friends. I wanted to do a scrap room tour today, and it's decently bright and not too sunny, so I think that there won't be too much glare. So, hopefully, you will enjoy this. And this is pretty much how I have my scrap room. It's not completely clean, it's not organized exactly how I want it, which is why I've taken so long, but I figured I should just do one and try to show you guys how I keep it. Um and sorry for the smuts back there. My dogs, they're kind of gross, but this is what it's like to live in Washington where it rains most of the year. So, yeah, when they want to tell me to come in, I don't clean it as much. So my scrap room, if you can see, is a, woo, that's super bright. It is a closed in porch pretty much. So it's not ideal as in there's no heat in here. So um, it is insulated, but um, I have to use a little space heater in the wintertime to keep it nice and warm in here. I usually keep it on every day just so that it keeps the temperature pretty much around the same. In the wintertime, I also, any electronic stuff that I have in here, I will bring in, well, except for my die cutter. I actually I keep the sleeve on it, and I think it's pretty good, but I will move like my computer and stuff in the dining room so that I don't have to worry about any of that stuff getting funky, because it does get cold in here in the wintertime. And in the summer, it does get a little warm. I find that, like, if I open up the windows a little bit in the morning, it'll let some air in. But that also does mean that I get dust. So I have to dust it quite a bit in here, just because with the dogs coming in and out, the kids coming in and out. But I like it because I can hear what's going on outside. I have an awesome view. Let's see. I don't know if you guys can see, but so I have an awesome view of outside. And I absolutely love that. And I love that there's windows all around. So as you can see, there's windows here. Let's see. Don't want to make you too dizzy. So there's windows here, and then I'll show you because I'm going to flip it around in a minute. But I wanted to get on and show my face. And I'm sorry I'm not looking in the right place because I know my camera lens is there and I'm trying to see around, which is, not good because you guys want to see my face and you want to see me looking at you. And I'm sorry if I'm shaking. My arm is getting tired. Okay, so I'm going to flip this around so that we can start getting to the nitty gritty because I know this is probably going to take a while. And yeah, I'm excited to show you what my room looks like. So I think if I just come in my room, I can show you what it looks like from not in my room. So like I said, my scrap room is a closed-in porch, which means that it's just off of our dining room area, which is really nice because then my kids can be in here and in our living room, and I can see what's going on. So I have this really nice roll-top desk. Let's see if I can get further back. My dogs are in here, so it's like playing, trying to find the best footing. So obviously I'm not the most organized person. I am a piler, so that's really bad because as you can see, I have layouts. So for the most part, I keep my layouts here. I keep, my snowball there, my mic, and I'll keep soap paper here. I have some like other stuff that I need. This old mini album. It's like stuff from Christmas, cards and stuff. I have some ephemera stuff, like this box. Well, I have some card stuff that I made. My neighbor, she does Stampin' Up, and so I'll go over to her house and she does like card parties and stuff, so it's kind of fun. It's not really I don't make a lot of cards if you guys watch my channel, but it's fun because it gets me crafting with a different group of ladies. And so here's my whole box of Maya Road stuff that I got. And then, like I said, these are all just notes that I've done and they need to go in albums. So I really need to buy albums because as you can see, I have quite a bit. Now, like this one doesn't have as much stuff in it. And I really need to get them in boxes that are not gonna like die because they're smushed. But yeah. So really bad organization. I like to keep stuff in like my planners and stuff in there. I also have more paper here. I do try to be careful with the paper on here because since the dogs come in and they're at this level, as you can see, just things kind of get messy. I also have some like other stuff. That's my jelly bean soups thing. I just have some extra boxes in case I need them. And I have a lot of stuff smushed in the small room, but like this used to be up against the wall, and eventually I just want to get it out, but I need to find a good place for it out in the other room because for the most part, this just has like some electronic-y stuff that's stuck in there with a few other things that is not really anything that I use. I should just really purge it all and get the stuff that I'm not going to keep in there out. But, so I still have a few of these plastic drawers, but I've gotten rid of a lot of the plastic containers that I have, and I've given them to my kids because they like to craft and stuff, and it just kind of works in our schoolroom. But I have a lot of Project Life type stuff, so some stamps, cards that I've made, cards that I've printed. This is like super messy because I've been using it a lot. So I have, you know, stuff that I cut out. Those are prints that I did from Paisley Press, stuff from Feed Your Craft. So I have a whole bunch of different printables, and I like to print them out right away just because then I don't have to remember, you know, forget. I have some stuff from In a Creative Bubble in here. And as you can see, just like some stickers and stuff. This is mostly printable stuff though. And then I have this drawer that has wood veneer. It's mostly wood veneer stuff. So I try to keep like items with like items if I can. Here's another Project Life thing. I had some Citrus Twist pocket page kits, and then as you can see, some Feed Your Craft. There's more Feed Your Craft. That was an actual kit that I got. Some cards that I had cut down to use for Project Life. And then, yeah, I keep some just random stuff in there that I use with Project Life. I really probably need to switch to like something like that, but you know. I like to keep my sewing machine right here because I use this quite a bit, so it's really nice to have it right next to my desk. I have my art journal up here because I use that, and then if I use it, right, and I'm letting it dry, I can just keep it open, right, and keep it here. So my die cutter is up here too. I forgot to say that. So I have another drawer for like inks and stamps. I don't have a lot of stamps, since actually this is mostly where my stamps are. As you can see, my stamps are kind of getting full, but I don't have that many, so I keep most of them in the drawer, and then I have some more little Stampin' Up stuff that was given to me, and some Distress Oxide and Distress stuff. Since I don't use that much of it, embossing stuff, I just keep it all right there because when I need it, you know, if I'm scrapping. So I built this, obviously it's the Alec drawers. I decided to get the long ones because I figured that would just work a little better. I kind of would like one of the smaller ones. I think it would be nice to switch all this stuff into that, but we'll see because those take up a little bit more space. So I have a drawer with mixed media stuff in here, stencils. I have some of my really nice paints in here, stuff that I might go for more often, and stuff like that. So I have some of those watercolors. These, I keep those, and I keep a lot of stuff in here too. So a lot of my smaller, and this makes it nice because if I go somewhere, I can always just like take this with me and just add stuff to it that I might need. So in this drawer, I just have some stickers. I've kind of tried to get rid of some of the stickers that I have that I don't use. There's some alphas and stuff. I don't have a whole lot in here. I've gotten rid of a lot. I've given some to my kids. There's just a few that I wasn't sure I really was ready to give up yet. Eventually I probably will. So I have, this is mostly pattern paper. I have, as you can see, a few things from Larkin Designs, but I actually need to get them in. I have a container for just Larkin Design stuff now, since I have quite a bit. But most of this is just like the pattern paper that doesn't go with special collections or anything for the most part. So this is pretty much majority of the pattern paper that I own besides the collection stuff. So it's not too bad. Yeah. And then I have a drawer. So this has crepe paper stuff in it for the most part, except for it has a little bit of One Canoe too. So I have the here and there. And then I also got a little bit of the Wild Heart collection. And so as you can see, just some other little stuff. I like to keep the collections that I just got in here just because it helps me be able to use the stuff that I just bought. And then in this bigger one, I have all my Maggie Holmes stuff. I have a lot of this, so I just put all of the new collection in here. And probably when I switch out to a new collection, I'll probably put this in a box that I have with Maggie Holmes stuff and just... I don't know if I'll get her whole other collection. And then down in here, I have some more crepe paper stuff, and some Dear Lizzie. This is kind of messy, and I'm thinking I might just put it in with the collections. But I was thinking that if I had it all out here, then I would use it. I don't know. I'm not really sure if it has helped at all or not. So I have a garbage can, and then I keep my mat right there. And if you see, you can see some albums. I don't have too many extra mini ones. I have a few sticker alphas in there, and then some of my color cast design stuff I just keep right there. I keep like sequins and buttons and that. And this is one of my lights that helps light my desk in my setup. So I usually put these two lights on. Yeah. So I like to keep a lot of my flares and stuff all out. Now, I will say this probably isn't the best way to store them, because I have noticed over the year or so, the couple of years that we've been here, some of them have gotten a little... These ones aren't too bad. There was a couple that I noticed from a couple of companies that I thought I could see that these ones aren't too bad. So I will say you do have to be careful if you leave this kind of stuff out, because you could, the light, if the direct light hits it. But I like to keep them in, you know, so like these are words. Actually, this should go here. And those are not words, like shapes and stuff like that. So I kind of like having that all here. I thought I had another one, but I guess not. I guess I used to have them all. And then, as you can see, I was using this for Project Life and stuff for a while ago, and it did just have some random stuff. I love having these little dishes, but the thing is that I found that they were just collecting, and so I've tried to not do that as much and almost just use like a drawer, because it's just better to, I can shove it in the drawer and then not worry about it. So I also have these filled with like embellishments. This has a lot of like little stickers and enamel dots and some brads, as you can see, some more buttons, some of my smaller things that I have that I would put in stuff. Some wood buttons. These are Chamels, though they really should go in the Chamel box that I have, but that's okay. So this is my Ellie Edwards drawer. It just pretty much has all Ellie Edwards kits and stuff in it. I like to keep all her stuff together. That way I know if I'm looking, if I'm looking for something in particular that I know she has, then I know I can find it there. So here's some more like stickers and embellishment things. All different sizes. Ooh, I should remember to use these with some of my newer photos that I just took. Actually, maybe I'll just stick them out because I won't remember. So this just has lots of different stickers and embellishments. I like to keep a lot of this stuff together. The key is just remembering that I have it, right? So, which I don't always. Actually, I should put this in with my Pretty Little Studio stuff. So I also have a drawer right here. Actually, let's show you this one before I move my... So here's all my mixed media stuff. It's not all amazing looking. It's just shoved all in there, but when I'm looking for something, I can just pull it up. It's not too heavy, so this one has a lot of Pretty Little Studio stuff. I do like to keep Pretty Little Studio stuff with Pretty Little Studio stuff. That way I know a lot of their stuff really coordinates well together. So, and then this has a lot of random, like here's Maggie Holmes die cuts. Here's some crepe paper. I like to keep them in containers. I have my fuse in here too. So, all that good stuff. Woo, my back. Okay, so in here in my desk, I have a lot of photos. I like to keep my photos kind of like out and stuff. I did have a lot of Christmas stuff in here, so like right here is some Christmas color stuff. Looks like I only have one pack in there, but I tend to try to keep photos like either in, I do have a photo box too, but I also have some photos in here. So this is my drawer. It's not clean at all, as you can see, but I was scrapping last night. So stuff kind of just got put back. So I have some pads that I use on a regular basis, some pens that I use. Yeah, it's all crazy, but that's okay, right? Because it's my space. And so here I just have like my December daily kits, a journaling thing, some photos, some more Christmas color cast stuff, because I got a whole bunch of stuff for Christmas. Here's more Project Life stuff. I don't know. This is just basically like pictures. In here I have, you can't see it, but let me show you. So okay, so real quick, I usually print off at home, but sometimes I do print off not at home. So a lot of these pictures I've done at home, like this one is a horrible photo. So sometimes I have to reprint them when they don't turn out that good. This one was actually from Free Prints, which I didn't really like. They're really flimsy. I mean, they're okay, but when you're used to printing at home and your paper, depending on the paper you use at home, I don't know. I just like the thicker paper. But as you can see, so yeah. So I have, like, I printed off these. These were a copy of, like, family. So this is some of my family. And then, like, this from the zoo. So I just keep all my photos. But I also had some pictures taken, and these ones turned out really awesome. They're a little bit different. So the company was Artifact something, Uprise, I don't know, but they're really fun. They're really thick. So So yeah, I did a few of those. The thing is these are really matte. So some of them didn't turn out as good because they weren't as crisp of a photo. I noticed that was a thing. But anyway, so here's some more die cuts and stuff because I love die cuts. So I have a ton. So here are some printables from Click Kits. We Are Memory Keepers, I think, here's some more printables. So pink paisley. So this is how I used to keep everything until I kind of switched over to the stuff in there, and then I switched over as I swing you around to those. So the really old ones that I didn't really have much of a place, I just kept them in here. It won't really matter in the long run, as my pictures are all over the place here. So actually, guys, so one of the things that is awesome about doing like ancestry stuff is that I was able to, and they're horrible pictures because they're from online and stuff, but I was able to find passport photos of my great-great-great-grandmother. I think this is my third time great-grandmother. And from her passport, when she was like in her 90s, she went on quite a few cruises around the world. And so I just thought it was really funny. So question is, does she look like me? Do I look like her? I think a little bit. I see a little bit of it. It's just funny, right? Anyway. So one thing I love about ancestry stuff is that you can find really old pictures that you wouldn't think to find. So I usually will keep my laptop here. Sometimes I'll put it up here when, like, if I'm filming. So as you can see, my film thing just goes bloop. And I like to keep this on here because underneath it, it looks really crappy because I've just scrapped on it. I've also thought about maybe just painting it or doing like putting some poster board on there. But I also like to just keep this up. This just kind of helps reflect the light a little bit better. And also when I'm taking photos, it works really well. So, the stuff that I keep on my desk, and yes, this is a bit crazy, but I don't really mind showing you guys the craziness because you know what? This is how it is. I don't scrap a lot during the week anymore. And so a lot of times things just kind of get thrown over here when I'm done working with them. And I try to keep it semi-clean and organized just by like picking up a little bit, but you know, it is what it is. So the scraps that I'm using from papers and stuff, I try to put them here, and I actually do try to come back to them and use them a lot in Project Life and stuff so that I'm using it. And then like usually once a weekend I'll go through and I'll like organize it and throw away stuff that I don't want, but I'll keep like this on my desk. This has some Feed Your Craft pieces in here that I've been using. And then, you know, it's just some random stuff that looks pretty. These are not actually Spiegel Bond scraps. Those are Jelly Bean soup, but I need a container. I have Click Kits sequins. As you can see, I have some Christmas stuff. I used to keep a lot of things in containers, so I still have a lot of containers. So I've also kept a lot of my Acrotones paints, which probably a lot of them are going to have to get thrown out. They separate really easily and then they don't come out good. But you know, just some of my mixed media that I kind of pick regularly is kept out. And this is just a bowl of random stuff that just found its way in the bowl. I don't know how that happens, right? No, I do know. It just ends up in there. But yeah, so this is just stuff that I'm using that I want to use. More pictures, because you can never have enough pictures, right? Never. So this is one thing that you'll see in my room is that I'll print off multiple photos, but depending on, so here's some more photos from the space place. If you guys seen that double page layout, I printed out a whole bunch. So this is a picture that I still want to scrap. Isn't that awesome? Look at that. Like, this was with my DSLR and my printer at home. I printed this off at home, it turns out amazing with a great camera. Um, but yeah, anyway, so like I printed this one off and I wasn't exactly happy with the color. I thought it was a little too green, especially when you look at it compared to this one. So I reprinted it, but here's a mixed media thing. I keep a lot of those out. So like this picture, I took it in a big one, and because it was, I think it was partly the paper too, because of how big it was, the color, like these were supposed to be more green or like pink. Actually, see if you look. Yeah, they don't quite look the same, right? So the color was funky, and it wasn't that I didn't have color, it was just the big picture. So as you can see, sometimes I print them off more than once because like this one, it has lines. I was not happy with that. So, you know, I'll keep these here, and sometimes I will just use them in my own, like if I want to redo something and use it on my own, I will. Yeah, so I tend to do that sometimes just because I don't want to waste the photos, or I'll give them to my kids because they don't really care. So yeah, so that's just papers and stuff that I was hoping to use this weekend. And I have this out because I was using some Larkin Design stuff. That's a design that I actually designed myself. Isn't that fun? I use that with my iPad. So, yeah, I'm really bad about putting like scraps back away. Some Project Life stuff. I got some Felicity Jane stuff that from their sale. So I have that out because it doesn't fit in my awesome thing. And then I just have, like I said, this is not clean, but it is my space and I love it. So I have some punches here, and I want to say, I don't know, I have some different stuff from like Cheeky Studio and stuff. So here is my notebook that has like what I need to do, what I use on what, I don't know, different things. Sometimes I've done some journaling in there for Project Life. Okay, so when I get a new kit and I haven't filmed it yet or anything, I keep it in my box. So that's what that is. So you can't peek there because that's my new click kit for July, because we're using June right now. So here's my lovely Kalex. I love it. It's two on top of each other. I thought that would be nice. It does cover the window a little, but it still lets in quite a bit of light. So I don't really think that it's, I mean, as you can see, it's not impeding or anything. And actually, in some ways, it's kind of nice because I had to put these up because there was getting so much light. The glare was up there. And so I tried to do a good use of fun and creative looking with keeping it clean and orderly, because that's one of the things that I'm working on just in my personal life. So I want to have a space that makes me want to create. So yeah. So as you can see, I have some crafty like stuff up here. I have that picture board, which I'd like to actually put more pictures and stuff on. That would be kind of fun. Like ones that I don't care that will get all light crazy. As you can see, I have some of my plants that haven't made it outside. Those are my tomato plants. They're still babies. It gets so cold here that I was afraid to plant them yet. I was going to do it on the weekend, but it rained and it was really cold. So I'm glad I didn't. So yeah, so this is what I have. So like here, I just have all my roller stamps in there. I have some of my albums. So believe it or not, but this is most of my albums that I have. It's not a lot, which is why I have all that once again. But that's okay. So in here is my We Are Memory Keepers Evolution, my die cutter. I also got some of these, and I was wanting to go more for like a beachy feel or something like tropically. So that's why I just got these, that kind. So they look kind of like a, I don't know, outdoorsy, I guess, or beachy feeling. And then I got some of those black photo boxes. And then I also got the Maggie Holmes crepe paper ones. And I really like that. I like the contrast of those. It would be nice to do like a big one. And I mean, it's not really that big of a deal, right? But so in here, I just have some really fun stuff. This is what I made for Maya Road. If you haven't seen the blog post, I'll link that because it's really fun. And then all my clips and stuff. I do have my charcoal pencil in there. I don't know. And then here's some more shells. These are all from Hawaii, pretty much. So coral and shells. Fun, right? And then another container with stuff in it. And these are all my click kits that were pretty recent. I try to keep them together. Then I have my washi tape. This is pretty much all the washi tape that I have. And then in here, just sequins and stuff. Some Christmas rollers. Some of these little thingies for blending. I have a few of the glue dots. I actually don't really like glue dots very much. That's one thing about me. So I have most of my Project Life stuff in here. I have this little Project Life thingy. This just has paint in it, so just other paint. Another thing with stuff in it, more stuff. This is just like sewing stuff. And then I also got some of these. I know it's kind of hard to see. Hold on a second. It's hard because the light in this little corner is not very good. Okay, so let's move this all out. So this is one of the roller thingies that I did keep. It needs to be re-cleaned again. Ugh. So I keep my glue, and here's another punch and silhouette stuff. So this is mostly random. This is like Pretty Little Studio, like some dies, you know, just like random old stuff. Tags that obviously I don't use enough of, and some more sprays and stuff. And I have some Martha Stewart markers that I don't really use. I should probably use them. So that's what's in there. Not stuff I use very often. So I got these copper. I should put these so you can see them. But for the most part, I've been keeping my extra click kit stuff that I bought, just so I can be like, oh yeah, this is extra stuff that I bought. So I have some of their traveler's notebooks in here too. These are perfect for holding that kind of stuff. And then here's their click kit stuff. Then I have another one of these, and I got a bigger one so that I could put my traveler's notebooks in. I have like a ton of them. So yeah. And then as you can see, some of my foam. Here's another little thing that has a background. It's actually a darker one. So my mat, some Maggie Holmes stuff, Christmas stuff, my kit for June to use, my stash kit, some just white cardstock. I really like the smooth, but I don't have that much of it left. And then I have the textured because that was cheaper. And then some just Project Life, and chipboard is in here. I thought at the beginning that I would keep a lot more stuff in here, but it's kind of hard to grab, especially when I have stuff in there, but that's okay. So each of these has different collections. I've been trying to keep the names on there. This one doesn't have a name because for a while it didn't have anything, but it actually has Larkin Design stuff. I figured I'd keep all my stuff together because I have a ton now, and since she does some bigger papers, I have some of those in there. And then so I keep all my collections by like manufacturers. So As you can see, I have a whole bunch of crepe paper stuff. The papers are down at the bottom. Well, actually, the papers mostly are not in the bottom. They're in my drawer over there, but I would keep the papers all down at the bottom, and then all my embellishments and stickers and stuff are all in here. And then I have a Dear Lizzie one. So the same thing. Actually, most of my papers are all in that drawer, and then there's just stickers and stuff. I don't have a ton of that stuff, but so these smaller ones work out really well. Okay, so in these, I've been keeping, except for the fact that I have some extra paper in here from, so I have a few extra papers. This should actually go in my paper drawer, but that's okay. So old kits that I've had, paper collections. So as you can see, I have some Paige Evans stuff. I don't have a lot of her stuff, like all separate. Some Christmas stuff, some old click kits, some stuff. This is some summer stuff that I got last year. Some One Canoe 2 stuff. So I just like to keep a lot of this stuff together as much as possible. Like, I mean, seriously, this is a super old click kit. Like, super old, a couple years ago. But I have a hard time separating it. So this is like even before I left. This is the old Hip Kits kit. See? So, like a stash kit. This was a Week in the Life kit stuff. So yeah. So here's some more Maggie Holmes. Actually, I guess I gotta get that in my Maggie Holmes thing, but that's okay. So just random stuff that isn't really all that random. So here's the project life that I've been working on. I'm going to be doing a video soon so you guys can see what I've done because I haven't been taping everything. So here's another Click Hits box. I want to say that's one of the Traveler's Notebook things. I also have some other Project Life stuff in here that I've worked on, that I've done some cards and stuff. So I've made some, like here's a big card. I've made a whole bunch of like these little ones last year. I need to use these more. I should just take them out and put them on my desk. So yeah, to just like put them in and stuff. Some of them turned out really good. And then I've punched out some extra like labels and stuff, though I don't know why I do this because I barely use these ones. I only usually use the ones that I do like as I'm making things. So yeah, here is an Altenew box. I should actually use some of this summer because this is their Recollection, I think, kit, and there's a buttload of stuff in here and it's awesome. It's so pretty. So I need to use some of that. I've used a little bit of it. Yeah, so it's hard to do this with one hand, guys. And so there's that. And then here is some more, that's Christmas stuff for now. So here's my Maggie Holmes. This has a lot of stuff. I've seriously just kind of tried to put it all in there together. I don't really care if it's all together. I have another one of Chamel because I have quite a bit of her stuff. And then here's another thing. I have some chipboard or like alpha type things, some more kits and collections. If I had more of these things, I would probably put them more in, I would just separate them. And I've thought about taking them all out, and maybe I'll do that this summer as I started. I don't know. It's hard because a lot of this stuff I use because it's in a, I know where to find some of this stuff. I say that. Some old papers that I've done. Some ephemera, because we all have that. Another click hit. everything, some stuff I've worked on. So I kind of tried to keep this more of like that kind of stuff. Some scraps and stuff that I've cut out with my die cutter. Some more click kits. I seriously have click kits from like 2 or 3 years ago. I don't know. Should I be ashamed about that? So yeah. So that's pretty much all of the crap that I got in there. That is awesome, right? I think the nice thing about keeping them together is that if I want to showcase stuff from kits, I can. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't mind keeping it. So, I haven't really shown you this, and then I want to get done because I've been on here for a while. But, so I have this little ottoman. Oh my gosh. Now, this is really messy, guys. I need to vacuum it in here. So in here, I have a whole bunch of my shimmers, media, and I really like that it's on a spinny thing. I just have to be careful because it falls off. Here is where I keep all my thickers. And then for the most part, that has like some 6x6 pads. I don't have a whole lot. And I've started just keeping them with the collections because usually I'll get them in collections. And then this right there is extra scrap paper. So I've gotten rid of a lot of the scrap paper that I used to have and just stuck it in here. So like this side is papers that were a little bit bigger. And then these are just the full ones. So yeah, I'm sure if I took all of the paper that I had in all of these with the old kits and everything, I probably would have like way more. And then back there, I also have some Stampin' Up stuff. And then in here, which I actually use with my feet since I do a lot of stuff at my desk, I have some more traveler's notebook type stuff. I need to get these all out and put them in my thing because just random stuff. Because I have that thing for traveler's notebooks. I have some Christmas albums for, well, one's mine and one's for Megan. My Project Life. Some extra stuff. So yeah, I have a ton of traveler's notebooks and I kind of use them back and forth. So, and then this is my week in the life that I've actually been working on. You guys want to see a sneak? So yeah, I don't use a lot of this stuff all the time. So it just works to just keep it there. But yeah, so I've been working on projects or week in the life this weekend because I want to get it done as much as I can. I don't have all my pictures, but this is one of the pictures that I printed off. And actually, I could show you all of these. My dogs. They're bored. They're outside looking for bugs and stuff. And then I have this one of Sam and Kai. It's so cute, huh? And look I've used those Pink Fresh Studio things. So this is a one of the digital templates from Teresa from Larkin Designs. I did change the font here, but this was hers, and it had the 3, and you could use like photos, you could use like journaling in here. I decided to do journaling down here. So I really like how it turned out. It's super easy, and then I could just add a few things, but keep it really simple. And then I also did this too. I haven't put anything on the other side. I'll probably put a photo and do journaling on here. Like, I'll probably type it out or something. I don't know. I'm not really sure. But yeah, like I did here. I put all of the numbers here, and then I just have numbers on my photos. So anyway, that's just a little peek of that coming together. I'm using a ton of different stuff. Not really all colors that match, but that's okay, right? It's not all about that. It's just about making something that looks pretty. So I've been working on that a lot this weekend, and I've actually been I was working on this layout. This is more of Larkin Design stuff too. So be on the lookout for that. So this is my room, guys. Let me flip the camera around. So this is my room, guys. I hope you guys like it. I know it was a super long tour because I cannot do things really like short. But I did want to show you guys what my stuff looks like. Like I said, I'm not going to really apologize for the fact that my room is used because I use it a lot. And when you're a busy mom and homemaker, there are a lot of times where you just want to get in your room and create. And I think that knowing what is too much mess and what is not enough is okay. I think when my room used to be in the living room in Hawaii, I don't know if you guys remember, but my room used to be in the living room. I would definitely keep it a lot more clean. I had a lot less space for things, and I had it a lot more contained because I didn't know if my toddlers were going to touch my desk or my layout, and they did sometimes, and yeah. But now that I have my own room, I've learned to just lay back and I can leave things and let the pile of stuff sit. And I'm okay. Like I said, I'm okay with that because, I feel like I come in my room and it's inviting because I have stuff out and I can see it. So, I just, be kind because I know not everybody likes to see clutter either. And I get that. But it has been really, really hard for me to find the time to do a complete overhaul of a clean. I just don't have the time. And when I do, it would take away from my craft time. So for now, I wanted to give you guys something because I do have this nice space that I organized really nicely for the most part. I mean, it's been used now since I organized it, but and like I said, it's a work in progress. It's not really how I want it to be. I have some furniture in here that I want to get out, and some more clutter stuff, and I want to get my layouts into albums, and I don't know. I'd like to think that it could happen this year, but I don't know. One of the things that I think us scrapbookers we have to weigh is, do we get product or do we get storage product? And when you're on a tight budget, who wants to spend your budget on an album and protectors? I know I don't, which is why I haven't bought them. I figure that they're pretty safe in the boxes as long as they're in the boxes. Now, if they weren't stacked up, they might be a little bit better. But, like I said, I'm okay with the way that they are for right now. But it would be nice to have them in albums so that my kids can look through them, because they do look through the other ones and they love the other ones because they were a lot younger in a lot of them. So it's fun to see them. And I do have my project life in, those ones aren't the ones that I've been working on, aren't in the album, but I do have some in an album. So, that I've been working through. So I think be kind on yourself, is my thing to say today, because we all work hard. We all have a regular life. And so, be kind to yourself about how your space looks and feels, because if you're getting in there and you're happy and you're comfortable, then don't feel guilty about how much stuff you have or how little stuff you have, how your space looks, unless you're not happy. If you're not happy, then go and change it, because I was starting to not like the space that I was in. And so, after talking it over with my husband, we felt like upgrading and getting some nicer furniture and storage would make my space look better. And then if we ever do move again, which is a very good possibility because we are in the military, then if I have to switch back to a place that I don't have my own room, then it will be nice because I will have stuff that can go into our house too. So yeah. So I will see you guys later. I hope you guys are having a great week. For all of you guys who are starting summer, yeah, enjoy it and make the most. Make your memories and start, figuring out how you want to document those memories too. So I will see you guys later and have a great week. Bye.